Well, obviously, with the things that have happened to me in the Mosley game and with regards to having to retire, I sort of felt the need to raise awareness on the issue um, and bring the necessary things into the game with the help of the right people to sort of prevent things that happened to me from happening and fatalities happening. I ran off a through ball and I was overhit and I've turned around and I've given the guy an earful who passed it to me. And then as I was jogging back, I just got really short of breath. And then I got really dizzy and I couldn't really see. And I was trying to turn to someone and say, oh, I can't, but I just couldn't get anything out. And then all I remember is just waking up on the ground with a load of people around me and I couldn't breathe on the floor. And the Mosley team had a doctor on the team, so he had me in recovery position. And he was just sort of helping me come round, telling me to relax, taking my pulse and everything. And after about 10, 15 minutes, I sort of got escorted off the pitch and taken to hospital that evening. I am lucky. A worse episode happened in hospital when I was doing testing. My heart actually stopped on a stress test on a treadmill. And I think that is the luckiest episode that I have had. And it was quite worrying and quite traumatic. And that's when I sort of felt that something needs to be done within the game with regards to constant testing of players and constant monitoring of players' conditions. Well, obviously we need to be realistic with it because the testing isn't cheap, which is what I know a lot of clubs will say. This is where the FA need to step in and, you know, come in cohesion with the British Heart Foundation and sort something out because realistically from grassroots Sunday League level through the leagues, the finances aren't there for it to happen. So realistically I'm stating that all the full-time clubs from League 2 up into the Premier League from the ages of 14 upwards should be having these screenings every year because your body changes all the time. I had a shallow screening when I was 16 at Millwall and nothing was seen. Whether it's because the testing wasn't in depth enough or because I didn't have anything at that moment in time, we don't know. But your body changes all the time. So I could get tested today and have nothing and then get tested in 2 years and something could show up, which is why it needs to be a regular thing. You wouldn't really expect it in an athlete, but you'd be surprised that it is one of the most common killers in athletes, in young athletes of today. Over 50 footballers have died within the last 10 years with cardiac-related issues. And you look outstanding, but it's not covered. It's not an issue at the forefront of people's minds, which is why it's not being dealt with. But it's a very serious issue in the game, which is why it needs to be in the forefront of people's minds. I mean, Fabrice has done magnificently with the use of defibrillators being installed in grounds across the country and schools and centres, but that just deals with the worst case scenario. My stance is why let it get to that worst case scenario? Why don't we identify something that could be wrong with someone early enough so that they don't have to go through what I've gone through, what Fabrice has gone through or worse.